the tea will bring a new storm.
Few minutes later.
The Caesar Handover team started making their way towards Greenbed, but quickly found out that it's not going to be just a walk in the park because they have to deal with these humongous sea monsters called fighting fish. And when I say humongous, I mean humongous. Since Law wanted to be so nonchalant about one arriving, I kid you not, this man waited until these fighting fish pulled up and then told them about it.
You what?
Mans was like, they're coming. Like, nigga, tell them what's coming. So one of the fighting fishes hopped over them just to insert his dominance. And notice how I said one of, because he came back with his whole squad, then proceeds to try to smash them afterwards. I don't know why they were just standing there waiting for him to smash the bridge, but I would have been already gone. I would have been already at Greenbed by now. Call me Sonic how the way I would have been moving. But anywho, Robin was like, you think we're gonna be able to make it at Greenbed at this rate? And I was like, relax, Usopp will handle it. Hey man, at least he got faith in the go Usopp, aka Clutch God. So two humongous giant fish pulls up on them, and Robin slaps one of them, and the Clutch God himself ends up shooting one of them as well. But of course, it's gonna take way more than that just to finish them off, because it still was a whole gang of them left. So instead of walking to Greenbed, they all decided to run. And as they was doing that, Law tells Usopp to take off Caesar handcuffs so he can use them as a way to fight off the fighting fishes. And Caesar can't do anything crazy because Law had his heart. So with that being said, a fighting fish tried pulling up on him, and Caesar uses his mouth beam eradicating it in an instant. Then use it again, taking out even more of them. As they continuously run towards Greenbed, Usopp was like, whenever you're ready, Law, we can use your help. That's when Law go a little bit in details on how his powers work. Basically, every time he uses his room, it zaps his stamina away bit by bit. But bit by bit is a bit of an understatement, because every time he use one room, this man already be huffing and puffing, bro. I stand by saying that Law has one of the best devil fruit powers ever, but it just take too much of a heavy toll on him. One use of a room and this man be already looking like this. Anyways, the Caesar Handover team kinda found themselves in a pickle. And the reason why I say that, because they had nowhere else left to go. And a piece of the bridge was already broken in half. Not to mention a fighting fish was heading towards their way. Law had no choice but to use his room. Never mind. Somebody packed up this fighting fish with no hesitation at all. We started hearing voices from people from the other side of the bridge saying that they're gonna make some fighting fish stew because today is a big battle. Then after that proceeds to reel it in. But anyways, after that, Law ended up finding a solution on how they're gonna get across the bridge. And that solution is using Caesar to fly them over. Once he flew them over the bridge and they made it onto the island, they started to observe the island and see what was going on. They were trying to find the people that reeled in the fighting fish. But guess what? They couldn't find anything. Only thing they noticed so far was these huge plants, which had my boy Usopp shaking in his boots, because mans did not want to go inside of there. And let's be real, Usopp is probably one of the most realistic characters in One Piece, because he gets scared at things you supposed to be getting scared at. Like, mans don't have no type of powers. Only thing he could do right now is slingshot shit and snipe shit. Like, I would have been the same way, I ain't gonna lie. And another thing y'all gotta think about, this man is shooting stuff with a slingshot. Y'all know how impressive that is? That's very impressive, bro. Anyway, speaking of Usopp, he ended up finding a Navy battleship stuck inside of the island. Robin takes a closer look at the plants, and she noticed that the plants been cut very recently, meaning there could be Marines on this island as they speak. So with that being said, Law was like, they only got 15 minutes. So he told Usopp and Robin to go inside the forest and start searching for stuff. And if they find anything, let him know. Also telling them to stay on their guard because it could be Marines inside of there. One thing I forgot to mention is that Law was the cause of these Marines even being here. These Marines won't even be here because he ended up telling Smoker that he was going to Greenbed. Why did he feel the need to tell him that? I actually don't know. But yeah, Usopp and Robin starts walking around in the forest, and they notice a group of Marines with their guns out, talking to what sounds like humans, asking if they good guys or bad guys. And the Marines respond by saying, "We're Marines! We keep the public safe, so we're definitely good guys." And then after that, he proceeds to do this. How they supposed to believe that after that? Alright, to be fair, they did say hand over your weapons, but still, that don't just give you the right to just start shooting. I swear these Marines in One Piece, man, they be so trigger happy it don't even make no sense. So Leo ended up showing himself. He was like, oh yeah, y'all shooting guns? Okay, I got you. He started stripping them down into the point they only had their tidy whities on. And from that point on, they just all took off running. These little people gotta be Diddy disciples, cause ain't no way. But with that being said, one of them ended up getting caught by Robin Hand as they were trying to jump back inside the grass. And as soon as Robin was about to start interrogating him, more of his buddies showed up and they shot their sleeping gas, causing both Usopp and Robin to fall asleep. Next thing you know, Robin wakes up surrounded by these little people, stitched up to the ground. Hey man, don't ask me why they got her like this. With no context, you would think something crazy going on. I mean, look, bro did not have to go all up in there like that, bruh. But anyways, to speed things up, these little people are called the Tontatas. The Tontata is a tribe of little people, as you can see. Both Robin and Usopp has been held captured at the Tartatum Kingdom, which they proudly built themselves. Not to mention, y'all remember those humongous plants we seen earlier? They grew those plants. It always be the smallest people that could do the biggest things, huh? What that's supposed to mean? I have no clue. Also, the Tontata has a rule where the big people is not allowed to see them, and if they do, they must be put to death. Which, as you can see, that's what they was about to do to Robin. But there is one interesting detail about these small people, and no, it's not because they're small. They're so easy to convince. And what I mean about so easy to convince, all it took was Robin to be like, I won't tell nobody that I seen y'all. And he was like, no, you lying. And she was like, bro, I won't. That's literally all it took, and they let her go free, bro. Even the chief, the king of the Tontata, was the same way. He tells Leo, wait, you can't release her. And then Leo was like, nah, she said she would keep everything a secret, and she really means it. And he was like, okay, like, bro, that's all it took. Like, it don't take that much for you to convince them, bro. But once after that, they was all being nice and everything. They started sharing food and stuff like that. But like, come on, bro, how Robin gonna eat that anyways? But she was like, nah, I gotta go. And then once she was trying to get ready to leave, they was like, nah, bro, you can't leave. If you want to leave, you got to give me all of your stuff first. Well, they were specifically asking for weapons, but Robin was like, she don't have any weapons. So that really got Leo pissed. In fact, that got all of them pissed, and they was getting ready to take everything she had, which they was about to do. They was jumping her, bro. But one of the little Tontatas tells them to stop because Usopp told him that he's the legendary hero that came to save them at long last. And remember what I told y'all, these Tontatas, they believe and get convinced easily as long as they actually seem like they mean it for real. After that, they got off Robin and they started cheering. Hey man, I told you I don't call him the clutch guy Usopp for nothing. He be coming in the clutch for real, for real. I mean, that's cool and all, but they're out of time to meet up with Law. They literally only have 2 minutes on the clock. So with that being said, Sanji ended up calling Law and telling him the whole thing was a trap and that he needs to get out of there before it's too late. Because the whole time, Doflamingo never actually resigned from being a warlord. Mans was capped out the whole time. So what it is looking like for Law right now is that he would be giving away Caesar for free. By the way, I came to a realization that I have to combine both Sanji team and Law team together to make this video even a thing. So what that means is we're gonna have to take a few steps back on how we even got that information. But don't worry, we're gonna be cutting straight to the important parts. We're not gonna be watching this man Sanji catch a nosebleed every 5 seconds, man. I'm sorry, I just can't. Now then, Violet needed Sanji to quote-unquote kill somebody for her. And of course, Sanji did not even care about what the reasoning was. He just was gonna do it anyways because he seen her crying, and on top of that, she's a female, and we all know Sanji, he'll do anything for a female. So man busts down the door and begins to light up his cancer stick, looking all tough and shit, I ain't gonna lie. And apparently this guy right here is supposed to be the one that she need to be killed. So Sanji was like, I suggest you smoke your cancer stick if you got him, because today's gonna be the last day you smoke him. The other dude talking about some, who the hell are you? And Sanji like, one look at you and I can tell you touch my glorious queen, Violet. After that, the bald dude was like, oh really? So that woman put you up to this? And Sanji was like, that woman? She has a name and her name is Violet. After that, they all started surrounding Sanji. These motherfuckers got to pick some good hiding spots because there was nowhere to be found. But Sanji wasn't worried at all. Mans took his cancer stick out his mouth and tossed it up in the air and hit them with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Then finished them off with a party table kick course. And I gotta say, these motherfuckers is retarded as fuck. Y'all see this man spinning around doing kicks on the floor. Why are y'all running towards him, nigga? Just wait until he done doing all of that. Why y'all running towards his kicks? These motherfuckers just want to get hit. At this point, they just doing it for the love of the game. But y'all remember that cancer stick he threw up in the air? Once he was done with all of that, he was able to catch it mid-air still, and then blow smoke out of his mouth. That means he was just casually beating their ass with smoke inside of his mouth. You know how disrespectful that is, bruh? I'm surprised bro wasn't like this. But besides all of that, we got something else very concerning on our hands. And no, it's not because of this bald head dude got Violet at gunpoint. It's the fact that the bald head dude was able to make his way over there without getting hit by Sanji. And Sanji was in the mix. How the hell did he even get over there? That completely makes no sense. But hey, I guess the world may never know. Anywho, the bald head dude was like, if you make one false move, I'ma blow her head off. That's what Sanji did. That's what Sanji did. Mans kicked the hell out of him in the chin, and he did not have to do him this dirty, bro, but I get it. Especially when it's a female involved with Sanji, I get it. Mans got hit with a whole Diable Jumba, and I will say for no reason, but he had his reasons. But yeah, he kicks bro in the stomach, sending him flying out of here like he Team Rocket. It's the fact Sanji didn't waste no time. Mans was talking, and Sanji Hardy was gone though. Like that part right there was funny, man. Don't get in between Sanji and women, bro gonna show out. Sanji the type of friend that make you look bad in front of the just to make himself look good. But yeah, y'all remember when I said this earlier? Violet needed Sanji to quote-unquote kill somebody for her. I said quote-unquote for a reason, because it turns out Violet was using Sanji the whole time, putting him in handcuffs, and no, she not about to do no freaky stuff. She is trying to kill this man. But not only that, she was on Dofi team the whole time. See guys, what we learned? Don't trust the hoes, because next thing you know, she could already have a group of YNs ready to blast you down. Now I'm not saying every woman is like this, that's why you gotta separate the hoes from women, so be careful out there. Y'all gotta know the difference. But to get y'all up to speed, Violet have a devil fruit power where she can use clairvoyance, reading people's minds. But not only that, she can see you from a far distance, like I mean from a really very far distance. And she the assassin of the Don Quixote family. I ain't gonna lie, I probably butchered that name, but hey, y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, she was talking mad smack to my boy Sanji. I ain't gonna lie, if I'm being real, I kind of felt bad for him. She was talking about some, I heard you had a soft spot for women, but I didn't know it was that soft. How pathetic. And then she proceeds to say, you look like a mess by the way. Some Prince Charming you are, covered in your own blood. And then they proceeds to show all of this like, come on Toei Animation, man, y'all already know what y'all doing for real. Them animators be horny as hell. But to put the icing on the cake, she really told this man Sanji, how could a worm like you win over a woman like me? You're such a joke. She ain't have to do my boy like that. Like, come on, you ODing it now. You doing too much, chill. And then you got her lackeys over here talking about some yuck, 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 yuck. You should have knew my big sister wouldn't waste her time with someone like you, dumbass. Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect. But Sanji wasn't going for it. He can tell deep down that she actually have a good heart. And she just putting up a persona to make it seem like she's evil, but she's really not. And usually when you tell them the truth about somebody, what do? They get mad. And guess what she did? She got mad. But not only did she get mad, she kicked the hell out of Sanji in the face. Getting kicked by some heels though, I bet them big got her hurt for real. But anyways, y'all know how I said she got a devil fruit power where she can read people's minds? Well, that's exactly what she did to Sanji. And yeah, she got to know what the plan was and all of that stuff, but she went even more deeper inside his mind. And we all know 90% of the time what this man Sanji be thinking about. Man's got a dirty mind about women, and that's what she's seen, which that threw her off guard. She was like, oh, you got a dirty mind and all that stuff like that. But with all of that throwing her off guard and stuff, Sanji was telling her, the way how you looked at me when you told me you needed to kill somebody, I knew you wasn't lying. He said, no matter what you say, no matter what anybody say, for him a girl's tears is enough proof, screaming that to the top of his lungs. And as you can see, once he said that, that broke her. The lackeys wanted to finish him off, but she was good off of that, and she took all of them out herself by creating these teardrop whales looking things. And yeah, she did her thing. Once she did that, she released Sanji, and she was crying saying that, I don't know why you believe in me, but thank you. After that, Sanji was like, man, I don't know the whole story, but you already attacked Doflamingo man, so you might as well just leave him and slide with me. After that, she tells Sanji to gaze into her eyes, and now this actually get us back on track on how Doflamingo actually tricked them, which we actually kind of talked about already. So that being said, Sanji took Violet with him and he took off running. They not only going after Sanji, they going after her as well. So now with that being said, we come back to Law, and he's like, it's nothing he can really do. Time is already up. Man's got Fujitora and Doflamingo coming to jump this man. Truth to be told, bro, they did not need all of this power to trump this man Law. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Robin's used one of her clones to reach out to Law, letting him know that they will be safe so he don't have to worry about them. If he gonna leave, then leave. And whenever they get the chance, they'll meet up at the harbor. But not only that, Law was like, since Doflamingo was capping, the plan of handing over Caesar is off. Hey, I mean, I would do the same thing. It's only right. After that, that's when Fujitora pulls up and Law felt his aura from a mile away. Oh yeah, you remember the guy I couldn't say the name of last video for covering the arc's sake? Now I can say it. This isn't just no normal blind guy. His name is Fujitora, and he's an admiral. And we all know what admirals is in One Piece and how powerful they can really be. So with that being said, I shouldn't have to explain anymore. After Fuji pulled up a few seconds later, Doflamingo also pulled up, making Law's situation become even more worse. And y'all remember how earlier when I was like, Law made the Marines come to this island? Yeah, the only reason why he did that because he thought Doflamingo was not going to be a warlord no more. That means the Marines would have been his ops too. But we find out something even more interesting. Law was like, it don't matter if you're a warlord, it don't even matter if you're a king. You shouldn't have that much power to trick the whole world, which he ain't lying. Unless he's a... No, it can't be. Say it ain't so. The only way how he'll be able to pull all of this off if he's a celestial dragon. And if you don't know what celestial dragon is, I just keep it short. They're the top of the dogs. And they rich as hell, they nasty as hell. And if they want you dead, they will literally pull out a gun and shoot you and you can't do anything about it. Not only that, if they want you as a slave, you will become a slave. And mind you, Luffy knocked one of them out without no hesitation. There's a little bit more to it, but that's all y'all gonna get. I want to do Law fight without any interruptions. Plus it'll be annoying as hell to keep going back and forth. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go cover a Sanji group with Nami and them and all that. I try my best to try to speed run it because that fight not really that long. It's just the anime make it seem that long because the pacing is so bad in this arc. Oh my god, bro. I don't want to complain about it too much, but how many back and forth I had to do with this thing is just, bruh. I thought I was gonna have this video out on the weekends. Boy, I was wrong. So with that being said, we cut to the Sunny security team, and it's already not looking good for them because somebody named Jora for the Don Quixote family has a strange different power. She could turn any object into art, but the thing with it don't look like art, it just look like crap. As you can see, she messed up the man dorm room for no reason, and the whole reason why she's actually here though is because she's trying to get Momo. That's pretty much all y'all really need to know, honestly. So with that being said, Jora used her strange devil fruit power again. She turned Nami, Brook, Momo, and Chopper all into these strange art figures, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, they was chopped. Like, this was no masterpiece at all. She was over here thinking that she did something good, but no, this looked trash. She told them she'll change them back, but only if they give her Momo. But Nami was like, don't worry about it, we ain't giving her nothing. Jora heard exactly what she said and immediately tries to throw that same thing at them again. But Nami coming in the clutch with her quick thinking, she blocks it. Once the rainbow dust cleared up, they was already gone down the hatch. The only person that was still on top of the ship was Chopper. Don't ask me how though. Chopper pulls the ledge and opened up Dock 1 and Dock 2, and then immediately after hops on a shark submarine with Brook. But the whole reason why they even doing this, they trying to get her attention from off the ship because they don't want her to mess up the Sunny with her weird powers. Nami was like, you too old to be wearing that tight ass dress. Just give it a rest. Bars? Chopper over here talking about something. Yeah, what she said? Man's over here just instigating, and it looked like it was about to work. She was over here about to crash out and everything. But then for some reason, she did not even care. She just walked off. She probably was like, I'm too old for this. Gotta respect it. But that actually wasn't the case. She was just telling her men to come out of the fog. Turns out this was the reason why they even got on the ship, because they were just hiding in the fog with the submarine. But right now, that's the least of our worries because she turned the Sunny into this stupid looking thing. I mean, just look at it. It's terrible. Jora wasn't only after Momo. Dofi also told her to take their ship as well so they won't have no way to leave Dressrosa. So as of right now, it's not looking too good for the Straw Hats. But that doesn't mean they can't fight back. With that being said, Jora's little henchmen was chasing out the Nami and Momo, while Jora over here just emoting. Like, if you don't sit your old ass down, bruh. While Nami and Momo was distracting them, both Brook and Chopper pulled up out of nowhere and also distracted them, and then went right back inside the water. Next after that, we see these bubble clouds floating in the air, and y'all already know what that means. It's time to get
A little freaky.
Nami gave them a little bit of that electric action, completely frying them in the submarine at the same time, thus leaving the focus on Jora. So the crew end up making their way back on the Sunny. Nami tries attacking Giola, but she end up turning her weapon into this weird, I don't even know what it is, but she turned it into this weird thing. Also, she turned Chopper Hubs into these bunny rabbit things, and as you can see, she turned broke weapons into this. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Giola was like, that's what y'all get for messing up my submarine in my henchmen. So as she was saying all of that, somebody started calling him, and it turns out that person was Law, and he was in the middle of getting jumped by both Doflamingo and Fujitora, which we'll get to after we finish talking about this fight. But basically what Law was telling them, I don't care what y'all got going on, y'all need to come to Green Bit. The deal is off with Caesar. I'm gonna need y'all to get Caesar and we're gonna put him on y'all ship. Chopper in there would try to ask for help, but bro did not listen to none of that. He just hung up on them, which is pretty understandable. Bro is getting jumped right now. So it cuts immediately to this, and we see the Sunny bouncing on a rainbow cloud. But not only that, the Sunny security team is also trapped inside Giola Art besides Brook, because he seemingly betrayed them. And the reason why I say seemingly is because he ended up tricking her and acting like he liked her art, but really he was just trying to find a good opening. So he was like, you mind if I play some tunes? But it's like, you'll have to like change my weapon back before you know I can do that. So once she did that, you know Brook like to do his little smooth walk off before we actually see them get sliced up, because we didn't even see this man slice her, he just walked off, thus freeing the Sunny security team. Even though he was able to free them, that wasn't enough to completely knock out Giola, leading her to create her own domain expansion while turning into this big art monster. The Sunny security team wasn't going out without a fight. Nami tried to throw out her cloud and hit her with a thunderbolt, but she ended up sucking it up like she's Kirby. On top of that, using Nami thunderbolt cloud and creating her own thunderbolt, which was this colorful ass thunderbolt that she thought she was going to be able to strike them down with. But too bad for her, my boy Brooks sliced that bit down, and bro wasn't still done. He was trying to go for the kill, but she brought out all of these arms, stopping his momentum. But I will give it to Brooke, he could weave, because that man was really dodging and weaving all of her arms. But truth to be told, Brooke was just a distraction the whole time, because both Chopper and Momo was charging up the gun cannon, and once it was fully complete, Nami tells Brooke to move out the way, and just to let y'all know, Brooke could have been sliced up all of her arms, which he did. Mans did not have to look this clean with it. Bro just wanted the oil form for no reason. But yeah, Nami took an aim at her, and it was pretty much GG's, and shot her with a gun cannon, completely eviscerating her domain expansion. Yeah, I want to know what's crazy. Even after all of that, she still wasn't completely knocked out, bruh. After a gun cannon, she's still not knocked out. That is actually kind of crazy to think about. But as crazy as it is, she still was on her last leg, leaving Momo to just knock her out with one hit. And now the Sunny security team will be going to Green Bit. And now we could finally cover Law part, which will be the final part of this video. So if you made it this far, no matter what, subscribe to the channel and also leave the notification bell on, because hey, when I be dropping these videos, YouTube do not be showing y'all. Anywho, Caesar was like, please help me, Joker. And I'm pretty sure the reason why he's calling him Joker is because that's like his underground name or something like that, or like his code name, instead of calling him Doflamingo. Law pulled Caesar back, and he was like, ain't no way you getting him back now. Me and you had an agreement. You can't just do whatever you want. Then proceeds to tell him that the deal is off and you're gonna regret this decision. Doflamingo responds back by saying that Caesar is very valuable to him and he's gonna need him back. After that, bro just started glazing Fujitora, but Fujitora did not care about none of that because he had a hard time wrapping his head around all of this, meaning he had his suspicions about Doflamingo doing some things that he shouldn't be doing as a warlord. For starters, Joker calling Doflamingo Joker, and Doflamingo responds back by saying, if you want to get into my backstory, it's gonna take a mountain of evidence to topple me. What do he mean by that? He gotta have something crazy that we don't know about yet. But not only does he do that, he flipped the switch on Law and said, since we talking about Warlord, what about Law having an alliance with Luffy? So with that being said, Fuji was like, hey, if it's true that you're working with Luffy, we gonna have to fade. But if it's not true, then you good. Since Law didn't want to risk the plan of anything going wrong with the Straw Hats and stuff, he just ended up telling the truth. Plus, he was like, it's no point of him lying anyways. And from that point on, this man Fujitora did not waste no time at all, and he sent a whole meteor from out the sky. That's right, a whole meteor from out the sky. So with that being said, Law creates a room and sliced the meteor in half. Following up with Dofy slicing the other half of the meteor into little pieces. And last but not least, Fujitora uses gravity powers and just pushed the meteor back. And once the dust finally settled, it was just only 3 of them standing on this little piece of land. That is kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. It kind of looked tough too. And in a sense, when I first seen that, kind of made it seem like Law, Fujitora, and Dofy was equals. But boy, I was wrong. But you know, Law had the aura form in front of everybody to make it seem like it though. I mean, just look at him like, why is he doing all of this? It's okay, Duz. It's not watching. You can relax now. Anywho, Fuji dropped another meteor on Law and he sliced it in half. And by the way, I'm gonna just let y'all know from here on out, it's unfair for Law. Because what they're about to do to him, I won't even wish this on my worst enemy, bro. So Dofy started out by shooting a finger blicky and he actually grazed Law's face with it. Then he started shooting some more of them, missing a couple, and then Law blocks the other one and then he hops out into the forest. That suck about how Law just did that long ass jump. Man's had no type of momentum ready, he just jumped. That is crazy. Man's got some bunnies on him. But yeah, immediately after Doflamingo follows him, and Fuji does the same. Law tried hiding right here. Why would you even try, bro? Just keep running. Doflamingo just continuously shoot his finger blicky at him, so he just took off running. It's like it was no point of you hiding right there anyways, bro. So as Doflamingo continuously chase out the Law tries losing him. Doflamingo already knew what Law was trying to do, which was trying to buy time until the Straw Hats pull up. And at this point, it wasn't looking so good for Law because he was surrounded by both Fuji and Dofy. I wonder what Law would do at a time like this. Do you guys know what Law would do at a time like this? Keep on running and buying time. And as he was doing that, he was trying to call the Sunny security team, but they wasn't picking up. As Law proceeds to get pursued by this man Dofy, you got this man Fuji over here just chilling, floating, throwing boulders and cut up plants at him. Like, bro, this is so unfair, bro. I tell you, bro, it was so hard to watch this, bro. It was so hard to watch this episode. You got poor Law over here talking about some, come on, pick up. What happened? They not picking up. Meanwhile, this man Fujitora dropped a whole nother meteor on him, bro. Like, why? Why you do? Oh my god, like he don't even have to do all of this. Man's over here looking halfway dead, and you know what this man Fuji was like? You know what, fuck it, let me just drop a whole nother meteor on him. Like, do you not see this? But then again, he can't see because he's blind. Man's just out here nuking Green Bit like it's nothing, bro. Got poor Law over here doing front flips and stuff. And it's just the thing about it, it don't even get better, it just get worse. Because as he's still waiting for somebody to answer the call, another meteor came and hit him. Oh
what
my
more
god.
do you want
Yo,
from me?
bro, nah, that's messed up. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's sad, bro. Y'all see what I said? It's sad, bro. It got to the point like, bro, I would have picked up the phone for them, cause ain't no way y'all doing my boy Law this dirty right now. Like, I understand we just went over what they went through, but it ain't nothing like how this man Law going through. My boy is going through it. After a whole bunch of shaking and a whole bunch of running and a whole bunch of shaking and a whole bunch of running, Dofy finally trapped this man Law, and it was like it was nothing Law can actually do. That is until Caesar actually distracted Dofy by telling Dofy before he actually killed Law, he need to get his heart back because Law has it. And Law used that opportunity to take off running again. Oh, and also he finally managed to tell the Sunny security team to come to Greenbit. But in the process, he ended up getting shot by a finger blicky, causing him to stop. That's when Dofy was like, are you done running around like a little rat? I set a trap for your partner. And what do you know? He fell right into it. I knew he couldn't resist joining the Coliseum after he knew that his brother Ace Devilfruit was involved. And then he proceeds to tell Law that his alliance is slowly falling apart. After that, he sliced some more of the plants into little pieces, and Law was like, it's not like I'm here to hear your whole backstory, but the only people that can deceive the whole world like this is the celestial dragons. And Doflamingo was so casual about it, he was like, and what's your point? Then immediately tries attacking him, but Law hops out the way. After that, Law was like, where he at? Bro comes from above and tries attacking Law, but he hops out the way again. So Dofy was like, alright, bet, and he used his screens to pick up the plants and then start tossing it at Law. With that being said, Law dodged all 3 of his attacks, then immediately gets snatched up out of nowhere, bro, causing Law to get trapped. After that, Dofy was like, how about you just hand over Caesar and just give me his heart as well? But Law was like, is Caesar really that important to you? Or do you just need him for the smile? I figured if his bitch ass can't be able to produce smiles, your scary ass gonna get killed by Kaido. Once Law said that really pissed Dofi off, causing Dofi to try to immediately take Law out, but Law used his substitution jutsu and got up out of there. But even that wasn't enough to save him, because Dofi used his screen causing Law to get stopped in his tracks. Then dives on Law like this a Diddy party. Now y'all can't sit here and tell me, if y'all were just walking and y'all seen this, y'all wouldn't think nothing sus going on. But I'ma just leave it at that. Anywho, after Dofi successfully had Law panned down, he was getting ready to kill him, but Fuji stops him because his mission wasn't to kill Law, it was to just apprehend him. So Dofi was like, alright bro, fine, we ain't gonna kill him. So Doflamingo's like, oh yeah, you know that question you were trying to ask me earlier about me controlling the world government? I'll tell you. So the story begins 800 years ago. 20 kings from 20 countries met at the center of the world. They formed an alliance and became an organization known as the world government. And y'all know them same kings? They decided to live in the holy land of Jora, or however you say the name, and live there with their family. But there was only one that decided to not live with them. The Nefertari family from Alabasta. The descendants of those 19 creators still reside in that city, controlling the whole entire world, and they go by the title Celestial Dragons. They basically needed more kings and new rulers and stuff to replace. The Riku family was selected to govern over the island, which was this island Dressrosa. And the old royalty that decided to move to the Holy Land all those years ago was the Don Quixote family. So yes, that mean Dofi was a celestial dragon, but he said he put all of that to the past. But anyways, Law was like, I don't give a damn about your backstory, bruh. And Dofi was like, don't worry about it, gang. The Straw Hats in Dressrosa right now, and I would not make the same mistake of underestimating them like the other people did, which he was referring to Crocodile, Robert, and Gecko Moria. After that, Fuji releases gravity off of Law for just a quick second because he said he thought he heard a thunderclap. Then asks Dofi what do the sky look like. So that's when Law was in his head like, Nami control the weather, so that means the ship should be nearby. Then after that, that's when Caesar pops out of the bush and he was like, give me my heart. But that's when Law was like, how do you know that's your heart for real? That could be somebody else's heart. And bro was not lying, because when Dofi squeezed the heart, it was one of Fujitora men. So that's when Fujitora was like, what is the meaning of all of this? And Law replies back by hitting on room. Fuji, you know you a bitch made nigga, right? Then does a whole substitution jutsu by replacing his body with a rock. After that, he snatched up Caesar so fast and he took off. Mance was over here just spamming substitution jutsus, heading towards the shore, while Dofi immediately followed right after him. And while the Sunny security team was waiting on Law, they get pressed by these big ass fighting fishes over here crashing onto the Sunny. We got back to Law and he's still getting chased by Dofi, of course. But y'all can't tell me this is not clean. Man picks up a bunch of pebbles and tosses them up in the air and hits a whole substitution jutsu from all of them. Like, that's such a clutch devil fruit power roll, I'll tell y'all, bro. It's so clutch. But anywho, Law plan was to keep Dofi distracted on him, because if he see the ship, it'll be game over. But unfortunately for Law, Dofi ended up finding out that the ship was there because the Sunny security team started yelling out loud, which I kinda don't blame them, because y'all remember the fighting fishes was pressing them. So what does that mean for the Sunny security team? I wonder. Dofi started heading his way towards there full speed ahead. You know when you got a lot of aura when a mob of fighting fishes see you and they all leave. But just in the nick of time when Dofi was about to attack them, Sanji pulls up out of nowhere and stop his attack. Yes sir, I wonder what he about to do. Oh, I mean, he tried his best, but it really wasn't nothing he can do, as you can see. We all know what Sanji have in his bag. It's just hot flaming kicks. I mean, like, that matchup wasn't really, you know, good for Sanji, especially somebody that can stop you in the air with his screens and stuff. But this how I assume most of the One Piece fan base will have liked it the fight to go, including myself. But we all know that just wouldn't make any sense if we being real, unless Sanji somehow, I'm not going to even say it because that'd be kind of a spoiler. Then again, fuck it, we bought. No, I'm playing. So after Sanji being completely no match for Dofi, he was about to get cooked, but luckily Law came in a clutch, teleported his attack to Dressrosa. I still don't understand how he did that, but hey, he did it. If somebody know, let me know in the comments. But with that being said, Dofi was like, bro, I'm not gonna let that happen again, and he took off going back to the ship. In the meantime, Law was cooking up another plan and telling them to go to Zou, and him and the rest of the crew will follow right after. They deal with the Smile Factory and all of that stuff. But Nami was not down with the plan. She was like, you're not my captain. We don't answer to you. But it's crazy that she say that, because she immediately switched up after she realized the situation that she's in. I mean, you got a whole battleship floating in the air, getting ready to shoot cannonballs at you, point blank range, mind you. On top of that, you got an angry warlord that's ready to slice you down. Oh, that's not even the crazy part. You got like like 2 to 3 meteors flying down from the sky ready to just crash into your ship. Yeah, I definitely would have went to Zo too and changed my mind. In the meanwhile, this man Sanji over here trying to press Law on why he's so fixated on Dofi. Nigga, it's meteors coming from the sky. Let's talk about that later. But with that being said, Law just ended up reverting the meteors into the battleship. I'm gonna be real, I don't know how Law had this much stamina to do all of this. Man's already used so many rooms and got chased down and been running since the whole time he was on Green Big. Like, bro, props to him, bro, because I know bro is tired as hell right now. But yeah, after Law ended up doing that, Fuji was like, I got an intuition that we should just go back to Dressrosa. Nami ended up turning the Sunny around and they was getting ready to pop with Kuda Burst. Meanwhile, Dofi tried to attack them, but Law blocks his attack. And while they was getting ready to pop a Kuda Burst, Law get Dofi attention by having Giola as hostage, which ended up leading them to get away. But of course, you know, Law stayed like he said he would. Law still having Giola hostage led Dofi to put all his attention towards Law. So Dofi was like, what's the point in letting half of the Straw Hats leave? All I gotta do is just have the other Straw Hats as hostage, and that's gonna make them return back, leading him to get Caesar back. Law responds back by saying how many people underestimated them and got burned. You wanna add yourself to that list too? Hold up, he's writing this fire? After that, he proceeds to cap because there ain't no way he's telling the truth. Vince was like, the alliance with the Straw Hats is coming to a conclusion. The whole time he was just really using them for real. And also he tells them, all while killing you today will bring me pleasure. But hey, I don't gotta do it. Kaido gonna end up doing that once he realized that you can't produce smiles anymore. You know what's funny about Law? I love the fact how he just kept bringing up how Kaido is gonna kill Dofi. In reality, Kaido probably just chilling in the back like, hey, I don't really care, I already got enough. After that, Law tells Dofi that he's gonna make him pay for what he did 13 years ago, which was basically an empty threat because pretty much in the beginning of this whole arc, Law got done dirty. Mans was lied to. Mans got jumped. Mans used pretty much all of his stamina. I mean, like, what else he can really do in this fight? But besides all of that, let's actually get into the fight. So the way how this fight starts off, I'm not gonna lie, it actually starts off pretty tough. A bunch of fighting fishes hops up in the air for what reason? I don't know why. Meanwhile, Law throws a slash at Dofi, and as that slash is going towards him, he repels it up into the sky, completely slicing up these fighting fishes into little pieces. Y'all can't tell me that's not a great way to start a battle. But anyways, Law started running towards Dofi, but Dofi already has some screens behind him and he tries to attack him, leading Law to teleport behind Dofi's back, following up with a slash, grazing just a little itsy bitsy tips of his feathers. But ain't no way Dofi had to dodge it upside down like this. Bro definitely was trying to Orform. After that, Law immediately goes for another attack as Dofi stops it in the process, leading them to make this huge clash on the bridge. After that, Dofi sliced up the bridge into little pieces. Then Law pops his room to escape that, making his way on the other side of the bridge. And as Law continuously keep running, Dofi was like, bro, why you keep running? I thought you wanted to kill me. First off, he has devil fruit powers. You over here slicing up the bridge. What he's supposed to do? On top of that, man's probably used most of all of his stamina by now. What you want bro to do? You know he was pump faking the whole time. But anyways, Dofi proceeds to slice and dice up the bridge, and while he was doing that, Law used a piece of the bridge and tossed it at Dofi. Dofi just sliced it in half like it's nothing. Y'all notice how bro over here just smiling the whole time. Bro did not expect the rest of these to pull up on him like that. If he didn't move out the way, of course man would have been Swiss cheese by now. Okay, maybe I lied. Man's just sliced through all of that like it wasn't nothing. That's after that, Law teleports behind him and tries to sneak him, but Dofi was already ready for all of that, leading him to block his attack. But immediately after, Law tries to go for another attack, just barely grazing his face. And I'm pretty sure Dofi was pissed about that because there's no reason he should be doing all of this. Man did a whole backflip kick, kicking Law in the chin with them rock hard ass shoes. I know them shit's hard, sending my boy Law back flying towards the bridge. But one thing about Law, he gonna make sure he get that landing right. Man used his whole ability just to not get smashed down on the ground. I respect it. I mean, can you blame him? But anyways, after that, Dofi started flying towards him, and Law trying to squeeze out the little bit of room he have left. Man's is struggling, bro. This is sad, I ain't gonna lie. But he used it right. I will give him that. He goes for a random piece of the broken bridge and tries attacking and replacing it with Dofi, nearly catching Dofi off guard. Even though Dofi still blocked it, that still was a great attempt. See, even Dofi knows that he got a tough fruit, but he also points out what I was saying the whole time. Man's dealt with Fuji meteors, he bailed out Sanji, already had a mini fight with Dofi inside Green Bed, and on top of that, he he's fighting him again right now. It's not really that much he can do, you feel me? Meaning Law don't really got that much left in him. After that, Dofi kicks him with another backflip kick, cause why not? At this point, bro just flexing on him. Next after that, he proceeds to shoot 3 finger blickies at him, and they all landed. And he had my boy on his knees, bro. No, not the knees. On top of that, Law making himself look even more bad by trying to squeeze out another room, but as you can see, he was at his limit. On top of that, he got to hear Dofi voice talking about something. Now what, Law? Dressrosa is right there. What are you gonna do now? Like, gang, I know you see my boy trying to breathe. It's not looking good for Law. And it was after Dofi was about to finish off Law. Diamante calls him, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, you gotta respect Law for this. He immediately started running towards him. You gotta respect him for that. But he got shot down by the finger blickies, bro. He really had my boy Law over here doing a Family Guy. This is nasty work, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, to cut it short, Diamante ended up telling Dofi that Violet ended up betraying them. So right now, they still in the dark on what the Straw Hats are trying to do. But Dofi is like, don't worry about it. I already know, gang. Telling Diamante to deploy Loudju and the others to the Smile Factory. So after he hang up the call, he was telling Law, you trying to act as a decoy so that the Straw Hats can destroy the Smile Factory. After that, he started reciting what Law was saying about, like, even if he dies, as long as the Smile Factory gets destroyed, Kaido is gonna kill Dofi. And as he's saying all of this, he's doing his goofy ass walk. I bet it's probably gonna be that one person in the comments to be like, what are you talking about? That walk is not goofy, it's tough. No, nigga, I'm just saying it how it is. That walk is goofy. But anywho, Dofi was like, he barely bought any time at all. You used up all your powers too quickly, and the Straw Hats can't seem to pull it together either. After that, he hits Law with a bar. He tells him, you went on about saying you was just using them, but if you didn't have the utmost faith in Straw Hat and his crew, this whole plan wouldn't even work in the first place. Hey, he ain't lying. That's all I'm gonna say. He kept it real. He's not lying. Next, he proceeds to ask Law, why do you have so much trust into that kid? And Law, I want you to answer this question wisely. It's not looking too good for you, and I do not want to see you get sent flying through buildings. And then after that, get shot down in front of everybody. So please do me a favor and answer this question wisely. Okay, let's hear what Law have to say about this.
I know that the D will bring a new storm.
Yeah, he's cooked. Look at his face. Look at the veins. Yeah, he's done. Law knew he was cooked when he said that already. Look at his face. This pissed Dofi off so bad that he sliced the hell out of him. They didn't even show it. That's how bad it was.
A few minutes later.